Hello students, today we will read about a story named The Little Girl written by Catherine Mansfield, a New Zealand short story writer and poet who was born on 14th October 1988 and died on 9th January 1923. So some of her short stories are The Garden Party, The Adol's House, A Cup of Tea and At the Bay. So in this story what happens, there is a little girl named Kezia, whose feelings for her father change from fear to understanding. So means in the beginning of the story, she had fearness towards her father, but at the end of the story how she understood that her father also loved her very much. So let's read the story. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared. So to the little girl, here is the name of the girl is Kezia, and he is her father. So he was a figure to be feared. Means the little girl's father his figure was that somebody, by seeing his figure, somebody will be feared and avoided. Every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss. So before going to office, Kezia's father usually comes to Kezia's room and gives her a casual kiss, to which is responded with a goodbye, father. And there was a glad sense of relief. Means the same time Kezia feels very relief when her father goes to office, because she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. She gets a sense of relief when her father goes out from the room. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall, "Bring my tea into the drawing room." So when her father comes back to home, then he usually shouts that, "Bring my tea. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and sweep my papers out there and bring me my slippers." So he usually uses or tells in a commanding voice to bring newspaper, to bring cup of tea, or to bring the slippers. So Kezia mother would call to her, "If you are a good girl, you can come down and take a father's boots." So that time mother usually tells to Kezia to come down from the staircase and to take his father's boot out. So by that time he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. And the way the spectacles are on and looked, and the way Kezia's father looked at her, so that was very terrifying to the little girl Kezia. "Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull up these boots and take up them outside. Have you been a good girl today?" "I don't know, father." Means Kezia here stutters or stammers, means not in a clear voice, because she usually afraid of her father. She never stuttered. This line is very important. She never stuttered with other people. Had it given it up, but only with father, because then she was trying to so hard to say the words properly, because she never feels comfortable. She afraid of her father, so she usually stutters in front of her father, but not with any other person. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth, where when he yawned, thinking about him alone was like thinking about a giant. So Kezia feels her father like a giant. Once on Sunday afternoons, grandfather sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. But the little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out. You can see in the picture, mother was reading a newspaper and father was lying on the sofa, and he had kept a handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushion, sleeping soundly and at the same time snoring. You can refer to the picture, you can see that was happening. She sat on a stool, gravely watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. "Do not stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl." One day, when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week. So one day, Kezia came to know that her father's birthday is approaching, and the grandmother suggested that she should make a pin cushion as a gift for her father. So one day, what the little girl did? The little girl stitched. She brought a double cotton and stitched the three sides. But what to fill it with? So what she will fill inside the cushion? That was the question. The grandmother was out in the garden, and she wandered into mother's bedroom to look for scraps. On the bed table, Kezia discovered a great many sheets of fine paper, gathered them, tore them into tiny pieces, and stopped her case and swayed up the fourth side. So he took a piece on the three sides she stitched, and the question is that what to put inside the cushion. Then she found some of the many papers were lying near the bedside, and she tore into pieces, and she put inside that cushion, and she stitched the fourth side. That night there was a hue and cry in the house. Hue and cry means that noise in the house. Father's great speech for the Port Authority had been lost. So what was the paper that Kezia put inside the cushion? That was actually the speech which was written by Kezia's father, which he had kept near the bed. So rooms were searched, servants were questioned. Finally, mother came into Kezia's room. Kezia, I suppose you did not see some papers on a table in your room? Oh yes, she said. I tore them up for my surprise. Then Kezia said, yes, I tore those papers. I tore into pieces and I put inside in the cushion. What? Screamed mother. Come straight down to the dining room this instant. Then she understood that what Kezia has done with the papers, and she was dragged down to where father was pacing to and fro, hands behind his back. Well, he said sharply, mother, explain. Explain. He stopped and stared at the child. Did you do that? Then father asked, did you do that? No, she whispered. Then Kezia whispered, mother, go up to her room and fetch down the damned thing. See that the child's put to bed this instant. So crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. Then father understood that all these things was done by Kezia. Then he came with a ruler. I am going to beat you for this, he said, as a punishment. Oh no, no, she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. Sit up, he ordered, and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what doesn't belong to you. Then father said, you should be punished, and you should understand that you should not touch the things which do not belong to you. Then, but it was for your birthday, father. Then Kezia said, I took the papers because I want to make a surprise gift for your birthday. Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, and the child clung to her soft body. Then grandmother came, and Kezia just went near to her grandmother, and grandmother wrapped Kezia in her shawl. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. She cried. Kezia cried that why God has made fathers. Here is a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep. But you will forget all about it in the morning. So grandmother consoled the child not to cry. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks. So next morning when she saw her father, it reminded her that what happened the last night, and by seeing her father, she kept her hands back, because that last night she was punished by her father. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back. The McDonald's lived next door. This is about another person neighbor of Kezia. The McDonald's lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. So Kezia found that McDonald's, how the children they are playing with their father. So the father with a baby mouse on his shoulder, 2 little girls hanging onto his coat pockets, ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once saw the boys turn the hose on him, and he tried to catch them, laughing all the time. So Kajia saw that how in one of his neighbors, the children of his neighbors, they are playing with his father very happily and peacefully. Then it was she decided there were different sorts of father. So she concluded that how my father is and how the McDonald's father is. So suddenly one day mother became ill and she and grandmother went to the hospital. The little girl was left alone at home, and that was all right in the daytime. But what happened the next time? But while Alice was putting her to bed, Alice was the cook. While Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. What will do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her bed. I cannot stay in the dark. It all gets whispering. So Kajia said, I used to have nightmares at night. So I used to sleep with my granny. So what will I do if I will have nightmare? You just go to sleep, child, Alice said, pulling off her socks, and do not you scream and wake your poor father. But the same old nightmare came that night. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile, while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, "Grandma, Grandma." So that night also, Kezia had a nightmare, and she started shouting, screaming that Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see father beside her, and when she woke up, she found that her father was standing nearby her, holding a candle in his hand. What is the matter? Father said. Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want Granny. So she explained that she had a nightmare, and she was in need of a granny. He blew out the candle, bent down, and caught up the child in his arms. So this paragraph is very important. Carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom, a newspaper was on the bed. He put out the paper. Then he took Kezia with him in his bedroom, and then carefully tucked up the child. Then he held the child in his arms. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with a butcher's smile all about her, it seems. She crept close to him. Then Kezia went very close to her father, snuggled her head under his arm, and held tightly to her father's shirt. Tired out too, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over here. This is the ending of the story. What happened? This is very important. Then father slept, but a funny feeling came over there. The feeling of Kezia got changed here. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness. And every day he had to work, and was too tired to be a Mr. McDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful rhymes. She tired suddenly and sighed. And finally she understood that yes, all my father is also like others' father, because she understood that yes, at the time of need also, my father also, he is very caring. He took care of me, and he held me very tightly. And what is the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Oh, said the little girl, my head is on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. So she said that my head is on your heart, and I understood. I felt that yes, my father has also a big heart like others. So children, what did you understand from the story? All that some parents or some father they show love for their children, by playing with them or by talking with them. And some fathers, they show their love for their children by working hard. It doesn't mean that my father never talks to me or he always gets angry on me. So it doesn't mean that my father doesn't like me. So all the parents, they love their children very much. So this is the message from uh, the story conveys that all the parents, they love their children very much. So hope children, you all understood this beautiful story and you also enjoyed this story. Thank you.